Since 1995, physicists from Oxford and other universities in the United States conducted studies as to what is the soul, and according to their theory, man's soul is more than just the connections between the neurons in our brain. And our soul doesn't appear when we're born, but it existed from the beginning of time, and it doesn't die, but simply returns to our universe. Well, here they're already talking about philosophy and not physics. They can't measure it with any instruments. These are completely speculative conclusions. So, regarding the soul, what is the soul? Does it exist from the beginning of mankind? I'm not a physicist, and not a poet, and not a philosopher, and surely I'm unrelated to the physicists from Oxford who became both physicists, philosophers, and also poets. By the way, they were paid for these researches, then all the more. I'm a Kabbalist, and Kabbalah explains it very clearly. The desire is at the essence of everything that exists. That's it. So where's the soul? A special condition of the desire is called the soul. What state should the desire be in order to be called the soul? It has to be in bestowal, in love, outside of itself. How do you do it? You have to try and become that way. Can man do that? No. Who can? For this you need a special method called the wisdom of Kabbalah. How does it work? It draws a special kind of energy that formats our desire, so it wants to start being inside the other, to bestow to the other, fulfill the other, to be connected with everyone. But it sounds kind of mystical to draw energy. Energy exists around us everywhere. The energy of our connection. It's not some kind of energy from a different world, even though that we call it the upper light and so on. It's the attribute of bestowal that exists in nature, the quality of love that exists in nature. Why does it exist? Because all of nature is established on this foundation. What kind of device can detect this energy? Grasp how your child loves you, your wife, your mother, and so on. How do you perceive these things? I feel some kind of warmth. Warmth? What kind of warmth is that? Then you're a philosopher, some kind of a mystic. It warms me. What are these childish tales? This energy exists, these forces exist, but we can't define them by any devices, we can't measure them. We can't put this good energy into some kind of battery. It's all inside of us and what we feel. And what we feel is our desire that's directed at each other in a certain way. It's either love or hate. There's nothing complicated about it. And that's called the soul. The soul is my intention toward the other. That's called the soul. Meaning the good, correct attitude toward the other. This is already the beginning of man's soul.